Welcome to Bounce Pros Unplugged, the all-new podcast brought to you by the team at Bounce Wave Inflatable Sales. Here's your host, Austin Ladd.
Welcome to another episode of Bounce Pros Unplugged, your go-to podcast for tips, tricks, and insights that help your rental business soar. I'm Austin Ladd with Bounce Wave Inflatable Sales, and today we're diving into a topic that every business owner, rental business owner needs to master when it comes to local search presence. How to optimize your Google business profile for free. That's right. No extra costs, no gimmicks, just things that you can do that'll help you be seen by Google. You get booked and get ahead of the competition. So if you want more eyeballs on your business that leads to more calls and more bookings, this episode is for you. And it's one you're going to want to really listen to. So we're going to break down the step-by-step process to enhance your profile, get better reviews, and make Google work harder for your success. And here to help me break down this crucial tool to get your business in front of your target audience is Jamie Schluckebier. Jamie, who has been on the show before and a good friend of mine, is a seasoned, successful inflatable rental business owner and now an expert when it comes to online marketing and SEO, especially when it comes to local campaigns. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Let's hear it, Jamie. You want to kind of introduce yourself again a little bit and then kind of what we're going to do today?
Absolutely, man. Austin, it is good to be back on the podcast, man. We had a great response from when we were rolling out the social media stuff and just kind of all the advice that we were giving out. And that's what I love about this podcast is, you might have to make one of the slogans for the podcast be we're not gatekeeping any information. We want to see you grow. Because if you grow, you buy more water slide, you buy more bounce houses, you know what I mean? So anyway,
exactly.
that's been my big pet peeve here lately is the gatekeeping, man. I feel like years ago, people used to share information like we're going to share today. They used to share it more often. And so anyway, that's the whole point of this. So I hope people stick around and listen to all the 37 steps. So
Yeah. A lot of the time people don't realize okay, you get your Google business profile set up and you think you're good to go, once you have it established. And really that's not the case. And something that's really cool, Jamie, that I'm sure you're going to talk about a little bit more is if you're listening to this in the car or you're not in a spot where you can write down notes, don't panic. We're going to go over a lot of information, but here's what's really cool is Jamie has been gracious enough to set up what's called a Skool community or Skool classroom. And so basically he has uploaded all of these videos or classes that go through the step-by-step things of what you can do. And even in addition to Google Business, he has things on your product pages, on your website, schema markup, all kinds of stuff that's super important. And it's things that you really should know, even if you're one of those people that eventually down the road, you're going to pay for somebody to do this stuff. That's absolutely fine. But here's my recommendation is know what you're paying them for. And if you know what you're paying them for, it's a lot harder for you to get scammed out of your money and not so much scammed or maybe even cheated out of your money is if you know what's going on, or let's say that person that you've hired goes under, you're not stuck dead in the water. You kind of know what's going on and you can do it yourself. So this is all on Skool. I'm going to put the link into the description. If you can get it, reach out to me. I can get you the link. Jamie can get you the link. It's absolutely free. Like Jamie said, we're not gatekeeping information, and this is doing the same thing. And all of this stuff we're talking about is going to be in those Skool videos. With that, Jamie, you want to talk a little bit more maybe about Skool and kind of set the stage from there?
absolutely. Matter of fact, I want to share what Skool looks like. This is the inside of what Skool is. There's a community board. And you can see we've only got 16 members. So what is that plus side to you is that you're going to get attention. So, but if you go into our classroom setting, you can see all the different courses that we teach on how to do this stuff. Google business listings, audits of some live ones from Atlanta, Georgia. How do you automate your 5-star Google reviews? How do you set up Google Search Console? What is Google Search Console? What are citations? Why do you need them? We try to be very, very easy on the teaching when it comes to this stuff. I don't know if you know that manufacturer right there, that bounce house there, Austin. But we're trying our best to really teach this just in easy ways and try to explain it I had somebody just join the group who uses one of the big three softwares, and they went into one of the groups. They said, I'm paying $1,000 a month for SEO and I don't have a clue what they're doing, if they're even doing anything. That was always
Mm.
my issue with SEO years ago. And back then it was $750 a month. In Austin, I was just like, man, I need to buy some inflatables. I need to learn this. And like I said, years ago, people were sharing, how do you build city landing pages? What are they? Why do you need them? And so that's what I want to bring back. And I'm going to lay all my cards on the table here, Austin. I've had multiple people ask me, why are you doing this? Well, the reason I'm doing it is I want to build trust. I own a marketing agency. I own an inflatable business. We've got over 100. We're one of the largest in South Georgia. And I've learned all this stuff the hard way. And I want to help you. I want to help you leapfrog over some different stuff. So anyway, it's just a great community. We're starting to grow it. I'm excited about it, man.
Yeah. Well, I love hearing that. And I love too that, I kind of get to be a part of it and watch you develop this, what I think is going to become just a giant community and one that's very open book, just like kind of like Bounce Wave is. We do these videos that take time to make and edit and blow up the units to show people, how to roll something, or if Jason's giving a video on tips and tricks. We have people that ask us like, hey, can I come to the warehouse and I'll pay you guys. And if you show me the ropes, and we're like, don't pay us a dime. Like I said, we're not gatekeeping the information on how to do it. The more successful you are, in turn, that makes us more successful. So that's kind of our motto with Bounce Wave too. And another cool thing I wanted to point out about Skool is I've been looking at a lot of the videos and actually learning a ton. I have a lot of work to do now that you've showed me all this stuff on our own businesses, but on those classes. So it's not only a video that Jamie breaks it down and goes step by step, but if you're not in a position where you can watch a video, or you don't want to go back, like rewind every 5 seconds to do a step, Jamie has taken the time to actually write down and actually type it out onto that same class, the step-by-step process of what he explained in the video. So it's just really incredible. And somehow, Jamie, you've made it free, which, like you said, it's going to be a shock to some people when they get on there and really see what they can do. But anyways, we're going to try and keep this episode kind of short and concise. And this is going to be a part of many episodes when it comes to SEO, Google, search presence, all kinds of things. So again, today's topic is going to be mainly about Google Business Profile. A lot of you, most of you hopefully have set up your Google Business Profile and have it registered and online. But there's going to be a lot of things Jamie talks about that's going to make it to where you're going to be a lot more present in those search rankings. So Jamie, if you want to start out giving a background on Google Business in case you don't know, or in case you haven't built a website yet and you're just getting started, and then we'll go from there.
Absolutely. Yeah. So your Google business page is free. Everybody can do it. The first thing you have to do, if you haven't, most people probably watching this have, but the first thing is you've got to claim and verify your business. Now, this can get a little sticky. You have to make videos now. It used to be as easy. Back in the old day, you'd have a postcard mailed, and people abused that. So Google found out. Now you got to do videos. But yeah, so this is the best form of advertising for free that you can do. Hands down, this is where you show up in what we call the map pack. And so now I'm going to address this real quick, Austin. When it comes to who's showing up the highest, all of these steps we're going to cover is going to help you get to the highest. But Google also, just when you think you got Google figured out, they're going to throw a wild card at you and you're going to realize you know nothing. So anyway, but we're going to do everything we can as business owners to make sure everything's complete. There's what we call optimizing your Google business profile. That's just making sure everything's complete and then updating it. Okay. So your first step is you're going to claim and verify your business. Second step is you have to complete your business information. Do not leave anything incomplete. We just worked with a big tow truck company, and they just had one city that they service. The way it wasn't like Atlanta, there was tons of cities around them they service within an hour. And so just by going in there and just adding their service area, which we think is pretty common sense, it helped them out tremendously. They contacted us like a week later. It's like, wow, I don't know what you did. Well, we did more than that, but that was one of the big things. So make sure your service area, make sure your business information is complete. Make sure your hours of operation are complete. One of the big things that Google looks at to get you ranking in those top 3 in the higher spots is what we call NAP, name, address, phone number. If you have been in business for a while and maybe you started at your house and your house address is on your business profile and you've since moved to a warehouse, you need to do an update with your name, address, phone number throughout all of these listings. And there's hundreds and hundreds of listings. We're going to get to that in just a second. But the importance of accuracy on your Google business profile is so important. If Google sees you on Yelp as a different address and Yellow Pages as a different phone number, they're not going to boost you up. They're not going to put you in the higher rankings. So this is the only paid thing I'm going to tell you that you can do, Austin. But one of the paid things you can do is with citations. Citations are your name, address, and phone number through sites like Yelp, Local Business. There's thousands of them, okay? And there's some that you want to get for the event rental industry. The best way to find these are through a company. I'm not affiliated. It's just who I use. I don't make any money off this. They're called Bright Local, brightlocal.com. You can do a one-time paid service with them. And I think for like 100 citations, it's somewhere around $300. And that's going to take a couple months, but it's going to establish credibility with Google. It's going to establish all the professionalism, all that stuff that goes together with your name, address, and phone number. So that's the second step that you can do. Third step you can do is you can upload high quality videos and pictures. One thing I want you to do is go into your competitors, if you're watching this, and see how many photos and videos they have uploaded. You can go to some place like Atlanta and they have like 1,700 photos with one of the biggest operators up there. Now, me down in my area, I think I have like 500 or something like that, but I have the most, and that's very intentional. We're always taking pictures as operators. We're always doing videos. And so it's just as simple as uploading them. Now, here's what you want to do when you upload them. Put them to your desktop first. And then I want you to go and Google a free location geotagger, and then make sure your photos are showing up in tagged in the areas that you service. For instance, if you're in Tampa, Florida, you need to make sure that your photo wasn't taken in Georgia, and it's a stock photo. So you need to make sure that it's geotagged. Matter of fact, you can get very specific. You can go on there and geotag it for whatever the Tampa Bay Buccaneers stadium, if you wanted to advertise towards them. And also when you're uploading those videos, Austin, you want to label them like water slide rental in Tampa. You want to do your keywords. Okay. Now, since you can only upload
the file name you're saying?
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. The file name. Yeah. And so you can only upload one of those per photo. So what you want to do on the next photo, water slide rentals. If you got a bounce house rental, and just change the name up or change it up to Tampa bounce house rental. Just do all your different variations. You're going to have to get creative. You can go into Chat GPT, get creative with all of this stuff. Another thing that this isn't one of my steps, but it's very, very important, is you want to highlight the different services. You can actually go in there. You've got your main categories, like I think ours is, party event rentals or something like that. There's even another main category like bouncy castle for hire. I think that's more of a Canadian thing, but you can go in there and do these subcategories. What you're going to do is make these subcategories and do water slide rentals in Tampa, bounce house rentals in Atlanta. Be very specific with the cities that you want to target. And then all it's going to do is you're going to be limited. I think it's like 59 characters on your descriptions, on your titles. And then in your descriptions, use Chat GPT, go in there and write up a description. I think it's 300 characters where you can get a little bit more in depth. So that's one of the other big things you can do.
So I'm going to pause you there for just a second. So the services, if you don't know how to get to where you can actually add the services to your profile, the video that Jamie has on Skool I think it's the optimizing your GMB page or GMB listing or Google business profile listing. That is going to be on there. And he goes through exactly where you need to click to be able to add those services. And then as you're adding those services too, think about if you were somebody looking to rent an inflatable or even a tent or chairs for your kid or your family member's birthday party, what might you type in? And that might be a good service thing to put, I would think, right, Jamie? So like maybe not bounce house. Some people call them bouncy castle or moonwalk. Even you could put moonwalk rental Dade City or tent rental Tampa. Would that
That's
be
exactly
good for
right.
service names too?
That
Okay,
is
cool.
exactly right. You want to get in depth with them. Matter of fact, Austin, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to share. This is my Bounce House business website on Google. So you're going to go into your edit services and then you'll
It's
see.
right there. Okay.
Yeah. Now your main one for your main category is party equipment rental service. Under here though, you can get simply by, you're going to scroll down. You can see all the different ones I have. Let me show them how to do it real quick, Austin. So what you're going to do is you can see I've got a bunch. I put in the work, Austin.
Oh, you
So,
do it.
but
Yeah,
here's the,
you put in the work.
here's the thing about this too, man, is once you do it, it's going to sit there. You don't have to go update
Mhm.
this, but you're going to eventually see this add more services. Okay. And so that's when you go and like one of my towns around me is Cordial. So I want Cordial water slide. That's a main keyword that somebody in that city is going to be tagging. So you can put price on there. And then you can see is I changed up the description on each one of these. And then you just click save. Man, it's super, super easy to do
And
this.
so give me a little bit of like a macro kind of look on these services things. So like when you add these services to your profile, when somebody's going on to Google to type in a search, when you add that service to their profile, what it allows Google to do is when they press enter on that search, for example, bounce house rental Tampa, and they then start crawling all of the results that Google has, and it then can match that up with your service, it's going to recommend you right there when it can match it up. Is that kind of the thought process behind adding the services?
That is absolutely spot on. That is absolutely what you got to do. This is when you get into what we call the optimizing your Google business profile. This is 100% what we're talking about. And so this takes time, but it's once you do it, man, once you do it. I heard, I think it was Joe Rogan or Dana White that was saying the other day, it's never been easier in your life to be lazy, but it's also never been easier in your life to go out and knock it out of the park. You know what I mean? And so this is part of it, Austin. Like if people will just put in the work, if you're sitting back wondering, why am I not getting any business from Google, or why am I sitting here, my phone's not ringing? This is one of the steps for free. All it takes is your time.
Well, and two, now we're recording this, in December. So for even us, many of the companies, it's slow time. So if you don't have much going on, it's go ahead and start doing this, because like Jamie talks about in his videos, and I'm sure I'll talk about soon, this improved results and optimization for Google to actually read it doesn't happen right away. It takes Google, it can take them up to 9 months to really crawl it and kind of get you established. So earlier you can get it done, the better, especially before you get busy in the busy season.
Yeah. And here's another thing, guys. If you're using somebody for SEO and they never requested access to your Google business profile, that's a big red flag. These work
definitely
hand in hand. If they are trying to sell you on SEO services and they're not doing nothing on your Google, guys, that's a huge red flag. So I'm just going to say that. So don't let them take you for $1,000 a month and not know what's going on,
Yeah, that's a good point. So I want to circle back on, you're talking about uploading images. When it comes to uploading videos, so Google business can be a little bit tricky when it comes to videos. There was a time where I tried to upload videos for a couple months, and for some reason it kept telling me it couldn't do it. So what I found out was when you uploaded a video, the best way to do it, take your iPhone, keep it in a vertical orientation like this. Don't turn it sideways to make it widescreen or anything like that. Keep it in a vertical orientation and shoot a video 30 seconds or under. Now, you can also shoot a video that's longer than 30 seconds. And what you can do is you can go, many of us have the app TikTok. You can go to TikTok, upload that video or the several video clips you have, and it will pretty much automate clipping those clips together. You can go in and edit yourself, but it can put music in the background. Now be careful when it comes to copyrighted music with Google. You never really want to play with that. It's easy to put a really attractive video up onto your profile when it comes to uploading videos. So that's just a little bit of advice, is take it with your phone when you have your unit set up or your chairs and tables set up. Do a couple of quick videos in vertical mode. You can throw them onto TikTok or an editor like that and get them uploaded. Google loves videos, especially now that they're in partnership with YouTube. They own YouTube, I think, actually. It's a big deal, videos now, for sure.
That's great advice. I just learned something right there, because I've ran into that to where my videos are too long. I was like, what? Why is it?
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the thing about this business, Austin. SEO and marketing, you're always learning something. You know what I mean? So it's always good to talk to
Definitely.
people.
So let's move on. I think we stopped at Jamie talking about the services. So once you get your services established, probably a good 48 hours worth of work later.
Yeah.
What's the next step in optimizing your Google business page?
Step number 4. So you're going to want to leverage your Google reviews. So you can see right here, we've got 333 Google reviews. So this is one of the keys to getting this is I've tried emails. I've tried text. Text is the way to go. Now you can do this through automations through software called Go High Level. Now there's other companies out there that utilize that. They just rebrand it under different names, but it's the same software. They just white label it is what we call it. And so this is something where this software speaks with my rental software, which I utilize, ERS, and it will go out there and after every rental, it will send them a review request. And now here's the thing though, Austin, you don't have to have this. If you don't have it, this costs $95 a month. If you don't have it, it's okay. You can do this just by simply saving this pre-automated text somewhere on your phone and just texting your customers, after you picked it up, if you want to save money. But it needs to say something like this of, hey, thank you so much, Mr. Smith, for renting from us. We're a small family-owned business. Google reviews mean the world to us and they help us out tremendously. If you had a 5-star experience, will you please leave us a review online? And then you got to include the text on where to get those reviews. And this is how you do it. You share it right there, get more reviews. That's going to have the clickable link. So that's how you're going to get reviews. Now, the other flip side to this is you have to respond to your reviews. Now, if you have this Go High Level software, they have an AI response. So for instance, this person said, my grandkids love playing on the bouncy house and Hungry Hippo. The guys delivered and picked it up are the bomb. With an automated response here, Austin. Thank you for the 5-star rating, Janet. We appreciate your support and look forward to serving you again. Now, here's one of the things,
Very
Austin.
cool.
I don't always hear, I've heard people in the past say, I want to keep it personal. I don't want any automations gone. I was like, where you haven't grown high enough to where you've had to scale, because that response right there sounds pretty darn personable to me.
Yeah.
What better reaction to that customer to know that, hey, we not only saw your review, but we responded. But even more importantly than that, Google sees that your profile is active. They see that you're responding to your customers. Very, very important. And on one little side note here, Austin, we actually have developed our own Go High Level software that does all the automations and all this good stuff. So if anybody's interested in that, we're rolling it out. It's only $75 a month, but all this will be set up for you. Abandoned carts, it will text the customer saying, hey, this is, Jamie with Springford Inflatables. We saw that you were shopping online and that you left your cart. And if there's any questions we can answer, please let us know. We're here for you. I never see that text being sent out, but I do see if that customer responds to me on a Sunday at 4:37 p.m. And they'll say, yeah, I was interested in this, but I got to talk to my husband, my wife, and can I get tables and chairs with that? It just helps you upsell. It helps you capture that sale. I'm going to tell you some really cool info here. So before go high level, I tracked
Mhm.
my incomplete abandoned carts. And I'm ashamed to
Okay.
say, but I'm going to give you the confession here. But I was over $130,000 left on the table from abandoned carts, Austin.
Wow.
$130,000.
Wow.
That's a lot of bounce wave inflatables that I could buy with that.
That's a lot of bounce wave inflatables right there.
After I added Go High Level software, just the abandoned cart feature, that right there, my abandoned carts dropped down to $75,000. So you do the same math. I did
Wow.
that year over year and really close to the same number in rentals. So you look at that, man, that's an added of what is that, $50,000 in opportunities that I didn't miss. So if you're looking at that price per month and you're saying, I don't want to spend that, I want to ask you the question, what is that opportunity worth to you? So to
Right.
me,
Right.
it's
No,
almost
that's great.
$50,000 worth,
Going back to the reviews, um, it's important if you can get the customer to put a picture with it.
Yeah.
Google loves that even more because then they can see that they didn't just go on there. They see that the picture builds a little, or the photo adds a little bit of credibility to that review, because then Google knows that they used your services and are reviewing your services, not just writing something out perfect. Yep. Right there.
Yep. Austin is, it'll actually segue us into the next step is you need to post regular updates and you need to use keywords when you're doing that. So you can go into Google, say you grab this picture right here, you grab
Mhm.
their testimonial and you go and make some content. And then what you're going to do, there's a place down here to where you can post an update on your Google business profile. This is another part of optimizing your profile. So you're going to go to add update and then, check out this awesome review from our customer, post a picture, post their words. Man, I mean, what better content? You're going to build trust with your customers.
Yeah. And it's already written out for you. You're just
Yeah.
posting it at that point.
Your
So
own
yeah,
words.
the updates are a big deal too. Updates are really good for if you get a new piece of equipment or something new in your inventory, and you want to share, hey, rent our new monster truck combo, rent our monster truck bounce slide wet dry combo in Tampa for your next event. So and get them keywords in there as much as you can, because the more Google crawls and sees those keywords, the more they're going to trust you and rank you up even higher.
Yes, spot on. But you can see right here, 5 hours, 1 day ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago, we post very, very regularly on ours. And if you need help with posting, we do that through my agency also. It's called KO Social Software. Austin's rental company utilizes it. We post 5 times a week for you. We do 5 main categories: testimonials, memes, we do caption only content, and then we build out graphics and, we advertise for upcoming events like Easter season's coming up. We do all that. It's not cookie cutter stuff. It's customizable to your actual rental business. This is not AI generated stuff. So, but this posts to Facebook, Instagram, and Google Business. So it takes one of those things off your plate and all that. So if you're interested in that, definitely let me know. So when you ask why I
Yeah,
do this, why I teach what I teach, this is also the reason why, because I'm going to do these shameless plugs every now and then.
absolutely. And like Jamie said, I can attest to that because we use Knockout social software for our rental companies. And really it is, as somebody who a lot of my job involves creating marketing material for Bounce Wave. I do all of our catalogs. I do all of our graphics. And so for somebody that worked a lot on graphics, it generates really nice graphics and they're attractive. We have way more. Jamie pulled it up when we were at IAPA. We were at dinner with my dad, and Jason's like, I'd like to see, what this social software is doing. And Jamie showed the increase in engagement we've had since putting Knockout social software with our rental company. And it's like tenfold. It's insane that the amount of engagement and just staying consistent with posting can increase your exposure.
Yeah. And that's one of the things too, like guys, don't be afraid if you're not getting likes and shares and comments on your stuff. People are still seeing it. Trust me, believe me, I forget the actual number, but it was something like over 550,000 people had seen your rental Facebook page and Google page and all that stuff combined. And you don't get a ton of likes and shares because I don't know what it is, but something psychological about people when they see a family photo, they're going to like it, heart it and all that. But when you share your bounce house, everybody goes ghost mode on you, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, too, there was a study I saw, it was a year or two ago, I was reading about, it had to do with social media targeting ads. So there, and the study showed that it took on average 11 times for you to get in somebody's face, even if they didn't interact with it. But when you're in their face 11 times over several different platforms, that 11th number is usually the time that something's going to click in their head to either click, book, buy, add it to their cart. And this applied to retail stores and everything. So just,
Yeah.
Staying in front of their face, even though, like Jamie said, you may not get the engagement on that specific post, is a big deal.
Yeah. And guys, don't worry about numbers too. I've got like over 8,000 followers on my social media. I know Extreme has like 6,000. They got a bunch also, but I've got some
Yep.
clients with over 200. And they still, when we look at the numbers for the month on where their rentals are coming from, they're still getting 4, 5, or 6 people from their rental software that are telling this client that, hey, I found you off Facebook. So, if you have ghosted Facebook and haven't posted for, 3 months, a month, or 6 months or longer, you're only hurting yourself. And we don't know that. I'm preaching to the choir here. It's one of the last things I get to be on our to-do list. And that's why I've always looked at that and I said, this is a need for this product. It's just, how can I do it affordably, efficiently, effectively, and all that. And I think we've done a good job of that, man. I think, for $125 a month, I mean, man, it's a no-brainer.
And, even though you may think about posting to Facebook and Instagram regularly, what happens is you forget about Google Business Updates, and that's important too. And that's the one that gets forgotten. So, like Jamie said, this knockout it's not like paid Facebook advertisements. This is literally just posting from your page, from your account to your followers. And so if you are interested in that, I'm going to put the link to get to knockout or contact Jamie. If that's something you're interested in. So
in Austin, we also do Facebook ads and Google ads. And I love Facebook ads because I've seen what some people run on Facebook ads. And I mean, I think ours really stand out. Matter of fact, I've got the course uploaded in Skool, but I don't think I've actually published it. But I'm going to put in there some templates, and I'm actually going to use Bounce Wave inflatables. So I know, if somebody's bought the 18-foot Goombay dual lane hybrid, and that's a common one that's been sold, then you'll be able to go into the Skool group, grab these and go out there. I'll teach you how to build a carousel. I love the carousel ads. And if I was prepared more, Austin, I'd show you one of the examples, but man, they really look great. And they convert high also. So
definitely. Yeah. We utilize them. Now that I've got some time, I'm going to get back, and I'm glad it's good timing that you're doing this with Bounce Wave, because now I'm going to use your templates, but I got to get back to getting us back up on the carousels and that kind of thing, which I think I would probably say within the next few episodes, we'll do an episode dedicated to paid advertising and paid social advertising as well.
Sounds great. And I know we're crunched on time here, but number 6 is really easy. Go to your homepage, your website, and you need to share your Google Business profile to your actual home website. Okay. So it's going to look like this. So you embed that out the bottom. If you don't know how to do that, just message me on the Skool group and I'll make a video on it. It's super easy. You just share your profile, but that's very, very important to do on every single landing page. You need to be doing that. So our last and final step, Austin, is you need to be providing product on your page. And they look like this right here. I'm sorry, those are the updates. Here's my products. This is something, Austin, so many people leave this out. We got bounce house and slide combos. And you can see I didn't put just combo rental, actually list it out like you're a customer. Bounce house rentals, going to show all the different ones. Inflatable game rentals, man, look at those good looking bounce wave units.
Yeah.
Dry slide rentals. Let me tell you something. If you've got over 30 units, don't sleep on dry slides. People want this. We actually had these custom made by Bounce Wave, and just basically no pull. These things go out all the time from about September all the way through April. These things stay rented.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And then water slide rentals. So I'm going to click on one. Let's just see what it shows you, what it looks like. So you're going to put the name of the slide. Of course, you're going to put water slide. And then you're going to have the opportunity to make a description for it. Go into Chat GPT. But you can see I'm including part of my surface area on here. And then check this out. When you click on visit site, this is going to take the customer to my exact link where they can just add it to cart. So it's something to where it's very, very, very important to share those products. You got to go in there creative. It's just like the services, Austin. Once you do it, it's going to sit there. It's going to work for you. This is the work in perpetuity that goes on to do all the work for you. Once you put in that hour, 2 hours time, once you do it up good, do it, complete it, watch the videos, do it to your best ability. And it's going to pay dividends for you for so long, for so many years to come.
Yeah. Those hours that you put into this, the return over the span of 10 years is going to be, like you're saying, so worth it. That the exposure and all of again, this is free, guys. You're not paying for this. This is something you're doing. And two, I saw with like the Chat GPT thing in the description, something that's really cool with Chat GPT is if you're signed into a Chat GPT account, right, and you're using it to do things, that AI system is actually learning you as you're prompting it to do things. So when you go in there the first time and you type in, hey, help me out, give me some service title name or give me a product description for this, I service these areas. And you list out those service areas one time, then the next time when you go to add more products, all you have to tell ChatGPT is give me a product description for this unit, maybe a little thing of like, okay, it's a double lane slide and here's how high it is, and include my service areas. All you have to say is include my service areas. It's going to already do that for you. So ChatGPT is a great tool to use. Like Jamie's saying, those categories or those products added, get good pictures on there too. But yeah, man, that's basically your steps. And it's going to sound overwhelming a little bit if you're listening to this, like, wait, what did you say? How do you go do that? Again, go to the Skool classroom. I promise you, I'm watching it myself. I'm actually about to take a few days here with our rental company for weddings, Orchid House Event Rentals. It needs a lot of work on a Google business page. We have one, but it needs a lot of optimizing and getting those services added, getting those products added. So I'm going to be on there in that community with you that sign up and watching the videos with you. And anything else you want to add about this, Jamie?
Man, no, I appreciate you taking time for this, Austin. I think it's very important for the success of all operators is even if you're paying somebody to do this, you still need to know what they're doing. You don't need to be like that person I talked about earlier. You're paying $1,000 a month. Matter of fact, after we get off here, I told that person who just joined the Skool group, I'll go in on your website and I'll let you know what they've done, because I can go on their Google business profile. I can see what they've done. I can go on their website. I can see what they've done, and most of it, man, it just sucks when you're scammed. You know what I mean? When you're bootstrapping these businesses, trying to grow them from the ground up, trying to put all the money back into it. Worried if you can afford to buy an electric dolly or if you need to buy a water slide, it's not the time to be scammed. And so,
and it's such a crucial part of your business and actually getting bookings and getting people to call you. This is what makes that happen. And so for sure, just to outline basically the points we've talked about with optimizing your Google business profile. First, make sure you're registered. Again, go to the Skool video if you need to know how to do that. Then complete your business information accurately. Remember the NAP rule, name, address, phone number. Jamie mentioned using Bright Local to help you do the citations and things like that. Step 3 is adding those videos and photos, the high quality ones. Don't use stock photos in abundance. If you can get as many pictures as possible of your units in people's backyards, in your backyard or wherever, do that. Upload those. Google loves photos and videos. Then reviews. Jamie talked about his service that you can use to automate getting reviews for you, which is a big deal because when you start to get busy, it's hard to remember to ask people for reviews. And they're probably the most important part of your Google business page. And one of the most crucial aspects of your business is getting good reviews and then responding to them, how important that is. 5 is posting regular updates. You can use KO social software, Knockout social software for your Google business page if you would like to use that to do updates for you, or you can update them yourself, making sure you're using relevant keywords in your posts, photos, videos. You could take, like you mentioned, the reviews of people and basically reposting those. And then including your Google business profile on your website, on the homepage, on the bottom there. And then finally is the time consuming one out of all of them, adding products and categories and making sure you have all of those services added. So that's kind of a quick run through that. Again, school. I can't emphasize it enough. It's going to be a huge deal. And one thing, it's an analogy I have with Google and how important the Google business page is. So I see Google as like somebody who's drafting a team, right? And so Google is that coach that's drafting a team. So Google has the people who pay a lot of money in advertising, and Google's like, oh, okay, all right. So you pay me a lot of money, so I'm going to let you on my team anyway. So I'm going to get you up at the top of the page or whatever. But I don't really know much about you, but you're paying me a ton of money. So here, yeah, I'll put you up there. Then they're looking around, and we're all out here as these businesses with these pages, and they're looking around and they're looking to see who do they know the most information about clearly and who can they trust. Whenever you put all of this information onto your Google business profile and optimize it, you're then basically taking an arrow and pointing it above your head and above your business to Google that, hey, you can know a lot about me because I have all of my information on here. I have testimonies of people that trust me in my business. And Google says, you know what? I love that. I trust you. My customers will trust you. And it's what they're looking for. So here you go. We're going to send you up to the top as well. So you have to think about it that way. It's all about building trust and being clear with Google when it comes to optimizing this stuff. But Jamie is the expert. I don't know if you want to add anything else, Jamie.
No, I appreciate you, man. It's always fun hanging out with you, Austin, and talking. And I believe that you reap what you sow on this stuff. So we want to help people. We want to help people grow. All about the gatekeeping. And I know, I think we're going to do some more videos on SEO because there's so much to learn. That's why SEO is so expensive, because it is so time consuming. It is so knowledge based, but you can learn it. Just do the work.
Just do the work.
Do the work.
Inspect what you expect. The wise words of Jason Ladd is inspect what you expect. So like we mentioned before, this is just a step one video in this entire SEO kind of marketing thing that we're going to be doing in a series. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you, Jamie, for coming along here, taking the time and really just being humble and kind enough to share this information, to take the time to share this information, which really can really change somebody's life and change their business. It's a big deal. And if y'all have any questions, you can reach out to myself or Jamie in the Skool. If you join that Skool community, it's as easy as just registering for an account with your email. There is that community that he was showing you. So if you have questions on certain things, you can post in the community and everybody kind of joins in together. And that's how we build each other up. So again, thank you, Jamie. We will be talking to you soon here on another episode. Thank you for tuning in to Bounce Pros Unplugged. This is optimizing your Google business profile for free, kind of our DIY SEO course. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you give Bounce Wave a call for all of your inflatable needs to get that inventory right. You can't have cool posts on Google Business and cool photos if you don't have good products. And so if you want those good products, make sure you visit us at Bounce Wave. I'm constantly designing new stuff, and we will together, Jamie and I, can help get your business up and rolling. So thank you again, Jamie. We will talk to y'all soon.
See you guys.